Hotshot, Jetfire, Vector Prime, Landmine, Scattershot, Optimus Prime.
And I'm Optimus Wilbur. Welcome everyone back to another Optimus Wilbur reviews, and if you want to make baby Grimlock happy, hit that subscribe button now and hit the notification bell as more videos are along the way. Now where do I begin with Studio Series 44 Optimus Prime? Where do I begin? Now, when we seen this figure, when it was advertised with the trailer, we were so happy. We were finally getting the Dark in the Moon Optimus Prime I think we all wanted with the trailer. The Ultimate Optimus Prime back in the day, it was good. It was good, but I didn't think it gave a good representation of that movie Prime, especially after we had the fantastic Revenge of the Fallen Prime we got from Hasbro. So the Studio Series has been good in a lot of ways. We've had our fair disappointments. Let's just say 01 Bumblebee still is a disappointment in my eyes. Then I got this. Now, there is a lot of complaints amongst the Transformer fans with this bot, and I'm going to show a few of them. A lot of it won't be transformed. This will be shot when it's after transformation, because that is the exact same transformation of 05 Optimus Prime and the other Optimus Prime that came out, it fits the Jetfire. So it's the exact same, but there is a lot of issues. Some are quality control issues that is happening to mine. Others is the lack of paint, which a lot of us are complaining about, and various other things, and then I'll get to this trailer. So let's start off. Does he move along? Hard to say. Hard to say. Mostly because this wheel here on the trailer does not move. That is just there for effect, where the back one does. And depending on the level, plus the way this is transformed, some of the wheels grip, others don't. So when this is on just a flat table and not this fabric, I can only get these two wheels to turn and not this back wheel. So let's unclip the trailer. We'll get to that shortly. But let's look at this Optimus Prime and what's up with it. Right there. This is transformed correctly. I actually went over it 3 times to make sure. And why this got past quality control, I'll never know. This part here refuses to close or link up. Now underneath, as you can see, everything is in the correct order of how things are meant to be. And because of this not clicking on, the wheels can just easily come away. Now, if I was to bring in the 05 Prime, which is basically the exact same as this, there's none of these issues. And I praised this bot so high. The only thing I wish they did different was change this grey, which they did. Finally we got something that's a bit metallic, but look at the detail on this compared to this. The front of the cab has at least got its red Autobot symbol. This hasn't. Okay, we've went with the colour it is on Optimus Prime in the movie, but this has got a much nicer, sparklier red. Same with the blue. The blue is much more metallic than just this matte blue that's just been slapped on. And of course, we have like the see-through panels compared to just painted on panels. There's a lot of issues in this, which this one didn't have. Just didn't have. And again, just to show, that one can move along fine. And the way it transforms, everything's connected underneath, where compared to this one, I can just easily unpeg the wheels like so. So it is just basically the exact same bot, but this one has got the better colour, and I didn't think I'd ever say that. If that bot had this paint and just this maybe touch of yellow, I guess then we'd have the more accurate movie Prime. Of course, I'd rather see this more metallic silver, not this matte silver. It just looks like somebody's just went over it with a crayon. And it's not the best looking Prime. Now, I've had a few questions asking relating the trailer, does it fit these Primes? I don't have the other movie Optimus Prime from Studio Series, but it is the exact same build. And if I get the trailer and line it up, as you can see, it does. That Optimus Prime can pull that trailer, it fits fine, and it turns. So that's a good indication to show at least that's something. If you want the trailer on this Optimus Prime where the blue doesn't really match, that's the only bad thing, because this is a lot shinier compared to the blue on the trailer. With the trailer, here's the other issue. Again, lack of colour. I've added the Toy Hacks decal here to just give a bit of colour to it, but it's still missing a fair bit. And what do I mean by that? Here is the third party Dark in the Moon trailer for Optimus Prime, and that fits, if I remember in my collection, the Voyager classes Optimus Prime. I've actually got equipped to the Evasion Optimus Prime from AOE, and it sits fine. It's not the best, but it's to give it that look that it's like that classic Optimus Prime feel. How can that be much better than first party in the Studio Series, which is to breathe new life into these figures, when that looks 10 times better? I just don't understand what Hasbro and Takara were thinking with this figure. I really don't. There is a lot of complaints I've got. Don't get me wrong, when he's transformed and he's got the backpack on, he looks good. But you just don't want it to look good. You want it to look amazing. You want to be wowed with a Transformer if you're a Transformer collector. And I feel this bot doesn't do it. So, that being said, let's get the Optimus Primes into transformation, and I'll show you the comparison with the two of them in robot mode, and we also have the trailer transformed as well. With both bots transformed now, this is where you start to see likes of the difference compared to this one, which is the Studio 44 and the 05. Like I said, the colour was the main thing in this. Well, this could have been a bit lighter, but then when you start to compare the two of them, this is when you start to see the questionable differences in the feels some of us had when we seen this bot. Looking at this Optimus Prime, he's got more detail in him than this one. Much more detail. If these parts, like I've said before in the original review, if these parts were painted a silver like that third party trailer, then what a bot we've got in our hand. That would have made this complete. If it was shiny as the smokestacks, this bot would have been absolutely fantastic. And as we all know, he's got his backpack, and it was just the way it was transformation. It's just that's how everything hidden, and like the legs and that all had a purpose. Bring in Studio 44, and it just looks cheap. I mean, he's got this rib cage, which I've checked on a few other bots, and I don't remember seeing this rib cage. The plastic here that's painted looks extremely cheap, and it's like they've not bothered like highlighting the details in his legs compared to the other one. Same if we turn him round, you've got this big massive gap going through. Now, of course, he does have to house the Jetwing, but even look at the legs. Was the other ones closed at the bottom? This sticks out. The legs just kind of float, hanging up. Whereas 05 the legs transformed, put into these parts, and it was only this leg on a small hinge it moved up to give you that look it was a complete Optimus Prime. Weapons are the exact same as well, and I'm going to move on to them now. So bringing in the trailer, basically what we have to do is unhook everything, and as you can see, this is how everything's stored. That wheel doesn't move, so we have to take off the guns here. Come to the back, open up the trailer, and unfortunately, because of the way the transformation is, you cannot house anything in this trailer. Pop this part here, which will then allow you to unhook the top section, which will bring out the wings. The wings, you just fold up, bring out this part, and if I could get the next part right, and swing it round. There we go. That is it. Extremely hollow and not much weight to them, so that means they are good for like the stands that we've got now, where we can make them fly or anything like that, which I've been doing with them, and it kind of looks better that way compared to the way it could stand with them. So that's the wings. So let's take them away. With the way the transformation is, this shield will always fall out. Now, it could have done with a bit of paint. I don't like the fact it's just grey and that's it. It could have done with something, but let's get into the weapons. Now, the weapons, as you can see, are all stored in. So I've got the Energon axe here, which I will get to. His mini rifle, which was more like a machine gun in Revenge of the Fallen, and then he had kind of like a shotgun in Dark of the Moon. But we've got this rifle back, and we've got the sword. So if we come to this part, we unhook, we clip down the wheels here. This just forms at the bottom, just hooks onto the trailer. We open up like this, take away the weapons, because we have to put them back in. And the reason is, these parts around here have to come round to basically secure the trailer in this weapon base mode. Okay, so let's look at the weapons. If we take one of the Energon blades from the 05 edition, I think this looks really nice. The grey, again, could have been that silver, but we've got this beautiful translucent orange blade. And that's how I picture Energon weapons, so it's like gives you that illusion of like the energy. What happened? What absolutely happened, Hasbro? That is cheap. That is something I would expect off a knockoff, and I mean a bad knockoff. And you want to know how bad a knockoff weapon is, and I'll actually show you. Here's one. This is off the Prime I got with the trailer. That one you just seen, it was the Voyager class. And even this one has a translucent blade. And that looks more perfect for his ion rifle. Compared to, where is it? This small one, which if you remember when he had them in Revenge of the Fallen, it looked like he was Chuck Norris in Invasion USA with 2 Mac 10s. It just looks horrible. So, that I was a bit disappointed in. But then we have the picture on the back of the box, which shows a bit of colour on the Energon axe. Surely they can't mess this up. They messed that up. They totally messed that up. And it's shocking. It's absolutely shocking. So, what we've got here is a Prime lacking in paint, weapons lacking in paint, and it's not as good as the previous Studio Series models when some of them have been upgraded to be better. Bumblebee has got fantastic ever since that 01 launched. And then we got the Beetle, which was a lot better. We have the Chevy, which was even better because at least the system works the way they want to do it. But with this, it's a massive letdown. I cannot believe the letdown in this. So if I was to put the weapons on, so let's try and match, like for like, both bots. So let's put that gun there, and we will put on the Energon blade. Okay. And if I do the exact same with the 05 Prime, with that third party weapon, okay, which does fit, look at the difference. And I'll just fix his arm. It's night and day. Night and day compared to each other. And it's a shame. It is such a shame because this is the one we all wanted because it had the trailer. But alas, it is a letdown, unfortunately. And I have had a few people asking, is it worth buying? And I will be honest, no. I don't think it's worth the money. If you can get it on sale, it's worth it. But compared to the 05, or even buying the double pack of Optimus Prime and Jetfire to combine them, that's more worth the money in this Prime. So to finish things off, let's get him in Jetwing mode, and I'll show you what he's like with the wings on as well to close up this video. And this is him paired with his Jetwing pack. It does look okay like this. I will give them credit for this. This mode here looks okay, and having the clear stand at the back, having them off the ground, does pay off to have that illusion of flight. And I think that's the way I'm going to keep this bot, and have the 05 edition next to the trailer, with the weapons just tucked away and him holding the weapons I've got for him. I can't recommend it, guys. I've not had a really terrible experience with the Studio Series since 01 Bumblebee, and it's creeped up again on Optimus Prime 44 Studio Series for the Dark of the Moon edition. Again, a few people were asking about the trailer. What bots does it fit? Like I said, only the 05 and the other Optimus Prime. It doesn't fit the Bumblebee Optimus Prime. It's a tad too small, because it looks like it's going to be perfect height for the Siege Optimus Prime, and it's just a little bit too small in my opinion. Everybody seems to be doing the Cyberverse trailer, which looks good on that Optimus Prime. But yeah, this was a disappointment. And that's how the Energon review didn't come out and this one got pushed ahead. I really had to share my thoughts on this Prime. I really did. But that being said, guys, not to be a negative Nancy, because we do have more bots to come, and I've still got the Energon ones, which were ready to go. So they will be not far behind after this video, because they were ready. I have plenty of Toy Hacks reviews to do. I've got City Bots, Titans Returns, a couple upgrades kits I've got from them, which I think is going to be really cool, and I can't wait to show them off. Third party wise, I have one ready to get ordered, which I can't wait to bring, and I think you're going to like them. So Transformer fans, I'll see yous next time. Thank you for everyone who tuned in today's video. If you want to make Baby Grimlock happy, why not hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. All new videos are always coming right here in Optimus Wilbur Reviews. If you'd like to follow me in any of my social media links, all the descriptions are in the description box below. And of course, as always, I cannot stress this enough, I wish to thank Cybertronic Spree for allowing me to use their song Cybertronic Warrior as the theme of this channel. Guys, this is an incredible band. It does incredible covers, and recently just done an amazing album of the Transformers 1986 movie soundtrack. Please follow them and all their social media links. I have every description in the description box below. Please check them out, and as always, Transformer fans, till all are one.